We're learning more about the world of private intelligence gathering and how information gleaned from across the globe was assembled in the Trump files, and what was done with them. There was a London connection. The offices of Orbis, a small private firm set up by a couple of former MI6 officers, commissioned in this case by American paymasters to dig the dirt on Trump. A series of reports was filed by Orbis between June and December last year, and taken together they presented such a serious catalogue of alleged wrongdoing surrounding Mr. Trump and his campaign that those in receipt of the reports decided they would have to be sent to the FBI. And people here, I've been told, came to the conclusion that meant MI6 would also have to be put in the picture. The reports were put together by Christopher Steele, who'd served as an MI6 intelligence officer in Russia and France. He and a partner founded Orbis Business Intelligence when he left the service in 2009. Steele is reported to have provided information on the FIFA corruption case to the FBI, so evidently they regarded him as sound. Yesterday, though, Trump trashed several of the memo's most extraordinary claims.
I think it's a disgrace that information would be let out. I saw the information, I read the information outside of that meeting. It's all fake news, it's phony stuff. It didn't happen.
But while Donald Trump yesterday claimed James Clapper had called him to denounce the private report, today the Director of National Intelligence put out a public statement saying something quite different.
The intelligence community has not made any judgment that the information in this document is reliable, and we did not rely upon it in any way for our conclusions.
Leaving aside the private intelligence gathering with all its apparent faults, the official US intelligence community view presented at Trump Tower last week to the president-elect was of a gross violation of American democracy in favour of the Trump campaign by Russia, a verdict that his own nominee to run the CIA endorsed today.
Everything I've seen suggests to me that the report has an analytical product that is sound.
Thanks very much.
But as Mr. Pompeo and the other new appointees move into position, Trump's supporters expect the way intelligence is presented to change.
It is very convenient for them to be able to, again, delegitimize Donald Trump. They don't like him. They don't want him. They want Mrs. Clinton, and they want Barack Obama, who appointed them. But remember, you're going to have a whole new group of people running these agencies as soon as his appointees are confirmed by the Senate. With that happening, you're going to see a change in tone and temperament.
What did MI6 do with the reports it received? Well, the government today was remaining tight-lipped, but one person familiar with the service's procedures told me that MI6 wouldn't normally circulate such material if it was unaware of the identity of sources on which it was drawn. So the answer seems to be they kept it largely to themselves.
I think it would have been a pretty borderline case if the material was not well sourced, if the source wasn't identified, and if the source couldn't be assessed in terms of reliability or access or credibility. I think the agencies would quite likely have been pretty cautious about putting it out. Since the Butler report, since the Chilcot report, they have become much more rigorous, much more prudent in the way they present intelligence.
As for the fallout from this, the former MI6 man Christopher Steele was not at home to callers today. The focus, though, is shifting back from the credibility of his reporting to the bigger question about the spies and how they deal with Trump.